going on? Okay, raise your hands. Never done anything like this before. First time. Go ahead and raise them high. It's okay here. Nothing but weird here. Weird is encouraged, okay? Nothing is too silly. Nothing is too weird here. It's encouraged. My name is Chad. I grew up in Mount Vernon till I was 19 years old. And then I drove to LA to become an actor. And I've been there since, doing movies and television shows, Fast and the Furious, Supernatural, just a few, lots of different things. But that's not why we're here. Along the way, I discovered the paranormal. All my life, I've been fascinated with ghosts and the paranormal, and what happens in this life, and what's happening in this life. When I was 7, I basically died, had a near-death experience, was pronounced dead-ish for about a week and a half. And whether or not that sort of gave me this sort of sensibility, I'm not quite sure, but it's a good part of the story. So, always loved all these ghost shows and whatnot. We've lived in the haunted houses. This is my mom, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is Mama Lou. Yes. So, I keep referring and looking at this woman, that's why. Always loved all these paranormal shows and had experiences my whole life. And then about, I don't know, whenever this show called Ghost Adventures came along, I don't know if you guys have heard of this show. Yes, it's on the Travel Channel. I became infatuated with this show. I remember watching it with my sister. She's like, oh, you gotta watch this show, you gotta watch these guys. So I did. And as soon as I watched the first episode, I said, one day I'm gonna go out and investigate with these guys. And I had never done anything like the sorts. And watched this show religiously, every episode. Come in, hi, sit down, welcome. Watched the show religiously, and finally, Twitter came along, and I contacted these guys, and I said, man, I'm such a huge fan of your show, and this is something I want to do, and I'm so passionate about ghosts and the paranormal, and please consider me having on your show as a guest celebrity investigator. And they reached back out to me, and sure enough, I became friends with the guys. They had me on their show to a hospital, an abandoned hospital called Linda Vista Hospital in Los Angeles. Yes. So they had me on this show. They brought me, and what they do is they go in and lock themselves in overnight. And that night basically changed my life. I had my name called out on devices, and in the mental ward, I got scratched that night. And I didn't notice it until a couple days later, when my ex-girlfriend was looking at my back, and she's like, babe, did you get scratched? And I'm like, you know what, I've had this burning sensation on my neck. Yeah, let me go look. And sure enough, in the mirror, I had scratches on my neck. And there were 3 scratches. 2 scratches that went this way, and then 1 that went this way. So whatever scratched me had this weird little effed up claw, right? Okay. So I took that as, a lot of people would say, well, that's negative, that's terrible, that's negative. And I took that as positive. Something that I can't explain reached out and touched me. And it was very, very profound. And from there, my whole life changed. I started getting invited to investigate all these amazing places. I went and I grabbed my gear like everybody else, and I went and I just, because I loved it so much, I started learning from the best in the field. So fast forward a few years, and I get a call from Nick Brock, who was on the Ghost Adventures. Yes, has the Ghost Adventures training here also, very cool. So he calls me, and I love that, it makes me happy. So I get a call from Nick, literally out of the blue one day, and he says, I'm producing a show called Ghost Stalkers, and I want you to be the star. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Yes, I'm on board. He's like, we're going to lock you in these places overnight by yourself. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with that? I said, yeah, of course I'm okay with that, sure. Well, one thing led to another, and sure enough, they were locking me in places overnight by myself. So the premise of the show is me and John Tennant, who's an investigator. He's been doing this for 30 years. He also died when he was 17, had a heart attack. When he died, he went to a place that was absolute hell. It You know, we hear the stories of someone dies, we go to heaven, and our family's waiting there. He died, and he went to a place where he couldn't talk, he couldn't yell, he couldn't scream, he couldn't do anything but just look into absolute eternal hell. And obviously, he would tell this story a lot more profoundly than I am right now. So that's why they brought us together. And then he was pronounced dead for about 2.5 minutes. And as soon as he made a decision, I want to come back and be a better person, because he was not a good person, he woke up, and now he's devoted his life to seeing, well, what was that? What's going on? Crazy stuff. So they put us together. Right? It gets weird. I've got so many good stories. So they put us together into these really haunted locations, prisons, insane asylums. We basically would shoot the show during the day. The crew would go home, and we would be left there by ourselves. And I would go in one night alone, and John would go in the other night completely alone. I'd have 2 cameras and a flashlight, and that was it. I'm a good actor, but I'm not that good. A lot of people would be like, oh, you're acting. If you've seen this show,
I have.
yes, you've seen it, awesome. Okay. If you haven't, go type it in, Ghost Stalkers, like you're stalking around, Ghost Stalkers, and you will see me absolutely terrified out of my mind in these places by myself. And then John would be out in the RV. That changed my life forever. It really did. It was very, very profound. You know, I've had so many experiences happening to me over my life. I've had my name called a gazillion times. I've been pushed. I've been scratched. I've been, God, you name it. A lot has happened to me. I've had things fly off the walls. Things being kicked at me. I've been kicked. You name it, it's probably happened to me, and then some. So they put us in these really haunted places. I learned a lot, and then this is what I do. Almost every weekend, I travel to the most haunted locations that you could possibly imagine, and I do events, and I take people out, and I facilitate conversations between the living and the dead. How I came to this beautiful, beautiful place here and met my BFF, Carolyn, here. I am I'm from, obviously, this area, and Northern State is a very, very special place to everybody in this community. And I sort of ended up on Northern State with a bunch of people that did not anticipate me being there. and on top of what I'm doing in events, what I like to do and what I want to do is give back to the spirits, and give back to Northern State, and have events where we come out, and all of that money goes into keeping and restoring this property. So that is what I'm set out to do. So that's going to take a while. I'm still trying to make them hear me, and they're not quite yet, but they will eventually hopefully hear what I'm trying to do here, which led me to Carolyn, and which led me to the beautiful spirits here at the Sedro Woolley Museum. I had no idea. I've lived here all my life. We had no idea that the museum was here, and it was Brenda, right? Yes. Yep. So, which is very pertinent to the story. So I'm walking around, I'm on Snapchat walking around. Everything is connected, okay? So this is going somewhere. Everything is connected, which is a big part of why we're here tonight. So I'm Snapchatting that I'm in Sedro Woolley Museum, or no, Sedro Woolley, and you came up to me and you were like, my daughter watches you on Snapchat, and I need to tell you something about Northern State, right? Yeah. Yes. So we had a conversation. I'm like, you know what, this is actually what I'm trying to do, blah, 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 blah. Yes. And then we ended up on Northern State. You got me on there. That's right. We ended up there. Boom.
Did you spend the night there?
What's that? No. No. I would. And I have spent the night in really effed up places. A curse word may come out every once in a while. It happens in paranormal investigating. So I'm going to try to be very, very, very respectful and wild. So we met. I got there, and she's like, "You have to come meet Carolyn here at the museum." So and you had mentioned to me that there's a beautiful exhibit here for Northern State, which we're going to end up here at the end of the investigation. So I came in here, and we met, and I said, "This is what I'm about. I want to do an event here, but I don't want any of that. I want all of this money to go into the museum. So here, being here tonight, all this goes into the museum. This is for them, this is for them, this is for just the love. So that's why we're doing it tonight. So, that being said, we did an event at Christmas time called The Spirits of Christmas Past, and it went over smashingly. And since then, it was great because I walked in here, and for the most part, everybody's pretty skeptical and like, you know, didn't really believe, or kind of like brushed to the side, maybe like, oh, every once in a while there was something here they could not explain. However, I come in here just guns blazing, ha-ha! And completely changed the game. Completely changed the game. So now, I feel like with most of the volunteers, a lot of them have started to move this way as far as being believers. Now, skepticism, it's healthy, okay? Now, raise your hand if you're completely skeptic, you don't believe at all, and it's completely okay if you don't. Okay, so everybody here believes for the most part. Okay, cool. So, one night, and just to show you that, look, paranormal investigating is like fishing, okay? This is enough. You know, coming here, having a conversation, and we'll have a conversation, but it's like fishing. Sometimes nothing happens. You know, is something going to fly off the walls tonight, fly across the room? Probably not. Be cool if it did! Just don't break anything!
Break it, you buy it.
But don't break it.
It's alright, blame it all on me. So yes, it's like fishing. We can't have too much expectation. They have a hand in getting you here. Every time I go to some place, 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, is that Chad? Chad, I've heard my name. I've heard spirits talking to each other about me. Is that Chad Linberg? We're going to use a device tonight, a couple different devices. One in particular called the Phasma Box. And that basically allows us to have a conversation in real time with spirits. You're going to actually be able to hear their voice, feel their emotion come through. Now, I don't always hear everything that comes through, okay? If I don't hear it, maybe you'll hear it, maybe you'll hear it. I need everybody's ear. We're going to become one big ear, okay? So, I have this device, it was brand new, and we're moving through this whole entire beautiful museum, and we end up in a room that we're going to end up in later. There's this beautiful dress in there. And I look at it, and I go, who owned this dress? I go, Nina something, Nina. And then it said something back to me. I didn't hear it. Nobody else in the room heard it. What did it say?
Very gruffly, it said, "It's Nina Cook." And Patty looked at me. We were sitting outside the room, and Patty looked at me. Her eyes got as big as saucers. And she said, and about that time, I looked at her, and she said, "Did you hear that?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, he corrected it. It's Nina Cook. She said, "Not nicely either." And then, do you suppose we should tell him? So I went in and told him, and they hadn't heard it. But just outside the room, it was very clear. Very clear.
Yeah.
Wow.
So to me, that's the biggest validation, because they're out in the hallway. They weren't in the room, okay? There was about this much people in that room. We didn't hear it. The spirit corrected me. They heard it. They came in like they had seen a ghost.
They ran.
They ran in like they had seen a ghost. Yes. So sometimes you can hear this thing, it'll pick up from far away. So everyone's ears. And to me, that was the biggest validation, period. And then you guys had seen like a blue light at some point, right?
When you guys go, we were sitting in the dark watching the monitors, and there were little orbs floating around. And there were people saying they were dust. Well, to me, dust falls like this. Dust doesn't go like this and then zoom back. You know?
Yeah, dust will float around. Orbs are going to have their own little like flight of path. You know what I mean? They're going to take off in different directions. Yes, so as tonight, as we move along, we're going to use different devices. Brenda, here, right here has now become a paranormal investigator herself. All because she walked up to me on the street, and now this is what you do, and it's so very, very cool. So she has also supplied, because my devices tend to break, she's brought a couple cool things tonight that we'll use. But, again, the best instrument is your body. And it took me a while to learn this. Instruments are awesome, and we're gonna use those, and it makes the job easier. But I always pay attention to how you feel. I'll walk in somewhere. Usually for me, I wear the sleeveless, and right now they come up and they pinch and they poke me, and they sort of let me know, they brush up against me. You can tune into my body now. Questions along the way tonight. Nothing is silly. Nothing is too weird. I live my life by weird. And again, we came here tonight together, and you guys chose to come out and be here. And I can't thank you enough. And for the spirits here, and for the museum, that's awesome. So tonight, we're just going to have the experience. Questions? Yes.
With the orbs, why do they show up on cameras and not visually? We can't see typically, right?
Yeah, night vision.
And we
usually
don't have that.
yeah, exactly. The night vision does help. You know, because we can't see a lot of things with our eyes. You know, we can't see. They come through at different frequencies. It's like we'll do a EVP session later, and it's an electronic voice phenomenon, basically. So I'll ask a question. Hopefully, we'll get an answer back that we wouldn't hear with our own ears, because they come through at a different frequency. Right. Okay. Same with our eyes, stuff like that.
You'll see more out of the corner of your eye because it's not true.
Sure. Yeah. A lot of times you will see sort of that, you know, we've all experienced that at home or something like that. Like, here's the thing. Your mind is going to lie to you. Your body is always going to tell you the truth. Your mind's going to say, oh, it was this or it was the wind. And maybe it was. Maybe it was. But your body will tell you, yeah.
Okay, I get that part, but the orbs do not show up on my camera. They show up when it's on the computer. I don't see them in the camera. I see it only when we get them on the computer. And then, boy, do they show up.
Oh, because you're blowing it up probably then. Yeah. You're blowing it up closer.
So maybe that's the case, but
sure.
We don't see it, and our house is full of them.
Oh, well, also a good thing to do is to turn off all your lights. You know, when you're taking a photo with your flash, watch for that instant when you're taking a photo and that flash, you'll see them all like.
Yeah. Okay.
You have a question back here? Yeah.
We're taking pictures.
Any more questions?
I didn't have a question.
Yeah,
I just
sure.
had an observation.
Yeah.
In, I guess it might have been 74, 75, I had the opportunity to go into Northern State after they had emptied it, and they were getting ready to remodel. And I wasn't into, but it definitely, I mean, even now I have a feeling about it.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that you're taking on the project, because I had never been, really hadn't paid any attention to the cemetery. And then I went up there and it was just so incredibly sad.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know how else to, just so sad.
Yeah, exactly.
Just numbers and initials.
Yeah.
And those were people.
Yeah, and you're
loved
touching,
ones.
yeah, you're
and
touching
just,
right on it. Yeah.
You know, anyway.
No,
it's
exactly.
just an observation.
No, and thank you for that. And Brenda, you know, we had talked about, and I know that, you know, the museum had talked about helping to restore the cemetery up there. And that's how we all kind of came together. And, you know, the people at Northern State, they're not really seeing what I'm trying to bring their way. Like, I can help, you know, because who's standing up for the people that are still there?
Exactly.
Granted, there are people that are there and they're helping absolutely the living. But there are people there that are in those places, dilapidated places. Let's take care, let's keep those buildings and restore them. And in doing so, we can bring people out, we can lead people through, have an investigation like we will tonight, and that money goes to helping. And it's about also bringing that energy to the spirits as well. Imagine you've been dead in a room for 100 years, right? You're going to be like this, and then somebody comes in, oh my God, you can see me, you can talk to me. Oh my God, yes, thank you. So it's a positive sort of energy and a rotation. So that's what we're aiming to do here. That's what we're aiming to do just in general. That's what I want to do, you know. So it's a process. There she is. What's going on? All right. So that being said, are there any more questions before we start? Yeah, sure.
You say you've gone into insane asylums and hospitals and all that.
Yeah.
Why don't you go into old homes or whatever?
Sure.
Abandoned, for the spirits, because they're there.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, I've gone to many places. One of the places we went to on Ghost Stalkers, it was an old Victorian home. It's in Indiana. Probably the most terrifying place I've ever been in my life. Yeah.
Look, do you ever go into places like that are actually still working? I mean, like there's a hospice house in Whatcom County, and you can feel a lot.
Yeah.
You know, there. Do you ever do that?
Yeah, sure. I've gone into places that are still, people are still working there. And especially hospitals. Hospitals are interesting because it's a place of birth and death.
Yeah.
So it's like portals.
Yeah.
Why is that? You know, certain places are chosen. I don't know why. Certain land is chosen. And that's why Northern State is so fascinating to me. Because it's like, it's not just the hospital, it's the land. It's the whole entire land. If you go to the barns, which are open, we've gone in there a lot, and there's spirit activity there. So it's the land, you know what I mean? So,
There is.
yeah. Any other weird questions? Yeah. No, should I encourage weird questions? Yeah.
Just one, have you ever gone over to Fort Gamble and just checked out that little town, because it's supposedly one of the most haunted.
Fort Gamble.
Yeah. Over on the tip of the Kitsap Peninsula.
Oh wow. Okay.
Canal Bridge.
Yeah.
Right before you
Okay.
get to the Canal Bridge.
Nice.
You would probably find it very interesting.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into that. I love hearing new places, and I want to expand.
It's like the last company-owned town in the U.S., so it's got a lot of history with the logging activity and sawmills and that sort of stuff.
That's awesome.
And they do ghost tours over there.
Oh really? Oh
Yeah.
really? Wow. I have to go there. Yeah.
I think you'd have a good time.
Yeah. There's so many places up here that, you know, but yeah, definitely with Northern State, I would like to make it a positive thing, because there has been so much negative in the past, and so it, you know, just make it positive. So, and so again, through the night, ask questions. If you feel a certain way, if you hear something, tell me. Again, we're all one unit, okay? I'm going to learn from you, you're going to learn from me. That being said, is there anything else that you want to?
I think when we get started, they can ask questions and stuff along the way.
Yeah.
That comes up, you know.
Yeah. Cool. All right, then. So what we want to do is...
The lights are going on.
Yes. The lights for a little bit, and then we're going to go right out here. There's a big old canoe. We're going to go stand around that canoe to start the day. Yes.
You'd be here all night, aren't you? Joke.
Yeah, it's pretty light outside yet. Sun finally
The sun's
comes out.
going down.
The sun finally decides to come out when it's time to end the day.
Start with the
That's why.
She's down at that.
There's a light.
I don't like
personally know.
I don't know how. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. So, how we're going to start tonight, we'll do a few different ways of communication. How we'll start tonight. I have a recorder in my hand. We're going to do a EVP session, which is electronic voice phenomena. Okay, so I'm going to ask questions, and I'll leave a space in between, so hopefully they can answer back. A little do's and don'ts as we're doing this. It's important when we start rolling to stand absolutely still as much as you can. If you have something to say, say it. If something comes to your head and you're like, I'm going to ask this question, say it. Okay? Nothing is too weird. If you're thinking about purple dinosaurs, things say purple dinosaurs. I don't care, because one thing leads to another. All right? So, and again, if you have something to say, don't whisper it, because we'll play it back, and it's going to be like, Jenny's awesome. It's really Brenda saying that to my mom. So, all right. So on that note, what I'm going to do is right here, correct? Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. My device broke, so I'm using Brenda's. We are rolling, so everybody hang tight. Still. Hello, spirits, once again. Thank you. It's good to see you again. Hey, we're going to go around and introduce ourselves. But just to let people know that you're here, because that's why we're here, and we're here for you, can you knock on something for us? Just to let us know that you're here. Just a knock. All right. You know my name? Okay, so we're going to go around the room and introduce ourselves.
Shava.
Dave.
What's Dave's last name?
Brenda. Mama Lou.
And who's this? Who is she to me?
Jennifer.
Victor?
Casey.
Judy.
Phil.
Sandy.
Todd.
Amber.
Bobby.
Carol. Roberta. Julio.
Adam.
And what's Jessica's last name?
Kathy. Natasha. Leo. Dorothy.
And who's the manager here? Who runs this place? Tell me her name. Please. What's your name? Let us know that you're here. If you want. Tonight we're just going to ask questions, hang out, have a conversation. So thank you.
Hold, please. Dun, 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 dun,
good to see you again. Thank you. My device broke, so I'm using Brenda's. We are rolling, so everybody hang tight. Still. Hello, spirits, once again. Thank you. It's good to see you again. Hey, we're going to go around and introduce ourselves. But just to let people know that you're here, because that's why we're here, and we're here for you, can you knock on something for us? Just to let us know that you're here. Just a knock. All right. You know my name? Just a knock. All right. You know my name? It sounds like someone breathing over there. I don't know. I can't. All right. You know my name? Okay, so we're going to go around the room and introduce ourselves.
Shonda.
Okay.
What's Dave's last name?
Brenda.
And who's this? Who is she to me?
Jennifer.
Victor. Casey.
Judy.
Phil.
Sandy.
Todd.
Amber.
Bobby.
Harold.
And what's Jessica's last name? Is that me? Is that me? Is that a V? Why does that sound like a breath? That if says Natasha, was it?
Says Dorothy.
Is that you? You break.
What?
And who?
Did you breathe? No.
Did you?
Oh, well, yeah, I was gonna say, I hope she is.
I didn't try to.
Right there. Do you hear it? Okay, so it sounds like.
Yeah.
There.
Uh-huh.
Right, somebody's like.
I
Yeah.
also thought I heard it with Adam's name, a
You
quick.
didn't hear it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard something too, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is. Hold on. Right there. After it says Natasha. And who's the manager here? Who runs this place? Okay, thank you. My device broke, so I'm using.
You like?
All right, so yeah, so after, at the very end, it sounds like somebody's breathing. We are rolling. What's that?
It sounded like it said Dorothy again.
That's what I
Maybe
thought
it
too.
did. Let's see.
Yeah.
Dorothy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And that
It's
might have
really
been what we
shallow.
around his name is maybe biggest.
Repeated out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Permanent
Yeah.
was,
It does sound like it says.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Natasha. Leo.
After you.
Yeah.
Tell me her name, please. What's your name? Let us know that you're here. If you want. Tonight we're just going to ask questions, hang out, have a conversation. So thank you. Awesome. Cool. Good start. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, good start. All right. So then what I want people to do, what time is it? How are we on time?
Freckle pass a hair.
Good, got past here. Thank you so much. 5:48, so we're good. Let's go, because I just want to spend some time. Let's go in the far back room. Let's surpass this room here. Go in the far back room there. There's a lot of space. So here, I'll follow. I'll lead the way here. I'll follow.
Here's the
I'm gonna listen to this to it again later.
Yeah.
You never know, this might pick up something.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
So, Shauna, you actually heard. You did. Awesome. So Shauna actually heard some knocking in the corner in the back. Was it right after I had asked? When I was walking around. Nice. So that's good. So, yes, if you hear anything, see anything, definitely let me know. Because every little thing is connected. And then maybe we should end back up there at some point, because they're saying, come back here.
And sometimes it takes them a while to get some energy up to be able to do what we're asking. If they're able to, sometimes that takes, they're not on cue.
It takes a lot for spirits to come through and
They're
say.
tired, they've been around a while.
Yeah, it takes a lot of energy to come and communicate. Get this going.
Hey, Chad. Hey, where do you get that stuff like to use for this?
Over here. What's that? Over.
Where do you get like the equipment and stuff to do? For this kind of
Online.
stuff? Oh,
Online. So what I'm about to do here, this one is called a fast. This is a software.
Okay.
You download it to an old. This is a Windows 10. Whatchamacallit.
Tablet.
Thank you. And it's just a software. It's $15, and then you'll see here. This allows us to say hi. Is that people? Hello, hi, spirits once again. I brought more friends. Hi there. Do you mind? It's Halloween time. So again, as we move through the night here, need everybody's ears. Principal what? Hey, real quick, because well, why not? My friend Nina Cook. What's her name? Is it Nina or Nina? Will you tell me? Can you tell us? Well, thanks again for having us, number one. Is it a motion light?
This is
Yeah,
a motion
that's a
right
motion.
here.
Hey, do us a favor as well. Like, this is your time to communicate with us and to have fun with us. And I tell you what, if you scare everybody out of here, I'll I'm sorry, what? Did he go, wait, what? Okay, yes, you heard me. If you scare everybody out, I will bring milk and cookies for you tomorrow. How's that sound?
Yeah, it's good.
Yes?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah? Okay, milk and cookies. All right. How many of you are here? Can you give me a number? How many spirits are here in the room with us?
16.
16? Did you hear 16?
16.
How many? 16?
7.
7. Are you a man or a woman? It almost sounded like, oh, that was for me. It was like that question was for me.
Right.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like. It's like they're having a conversation right now.
Yeah.
With each other. You know what I mean? They're like, da-da-da. No. But now we can hear your voice. Can you and will you? And this is enough. Trust me, just being here, having the experience, having everybody with us. This is enough. Can you let us know that you're here by flickering one of those lights? This is what I want. And you can do it if you want or not. I want you to trip out the staff. I want you to trip out the volunteers. I want you to do something that the volunteers would be like, you know what, that's weird.
2.
Is that a shirt?
Yeah.
2? I'm sorry, whose dress is this again? Nina, correct? Nina Cook? Where are you right now? What part of the room are you in? Hello? Who are you standing next to?
Why are you here?
It's good. Again, if you have a question, they respond to different energy, different people. So it's like you said something, and then it's just like, can you tell me her name, please? She's.
Listen.
Do you know her last name? What does his shirt say? Just for validation. What does it say?
The volume.
How do we take it up a notch?
Can we have it?
Huh? Where are you at? Are you over there? Are you hanging out? Watching? Lurking? How about if I knock, you knock back? Is that possible? What'd you get?
I thought it said said 2 more.
2 more? All right. Insinuating that was the 2 that, yeah. All right, let's do this again. So I'm gonna knock, but you knock back somewhere in this room. Or maybe move something, just ever so slightly. Something where what? Is that somebody outside? So there's a device here. There's a device here. I'm going to put it down here. Can you go over and grab it for me? It'll just let us know that you're here. It's a cool little green light. You can make that go all the way to red if you like. You can.
It's still here.
Still here.
Well, come on over. Are you back there? If you are, let us know. Again, this is your night, and we're just here to have an experience, and to have a conversation, and to pay our respects. And that's it. This is enough. Can I have everything that's in this room, please? Can I take it? How about Nina's dress? Did it say don't call her Nina or something like that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
It sounded like don't call her Nina, correct?
How about,
Carolyn heard it.
You heard it.
can we call her Nina? Is it Nina?
Patient of yours.
So what's her name again? Because I keep forgetting. Can you tell me? Who owns this dress? Nina, correct?
It's Nina's.
Say it again. All right, Nina, correct? Nina Cook.
I heard.
Who else is in this room? Before we move on, and we will, and thank you so much for having us tonight. It's a pleasure. It's an honor. What's my name? Do you know it? Let us see, hear, feel you. Kevin. You sound like Kevin. I heard that too. Yes.
It's like Kevin or Timon.
Is there a Kevin here?
Bring people or Ken?
Ken.
Ken.
Is there a Ken here? No.
Who are you talking about?
The preacher.
The preacher? What?
Pregnant lady.
So it's the fisherman.
The fisherman.
Yeah.
I thought I heard preacher too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually
What are you trying to say? You have a lot to say right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's Nina Cook, right? Nina.
Nope.
Wait, just correct me. What's the correct way to say her name? No. Tell us. What part of the museum should we go to next? Where do we go next? we go next?
Good stuff, huh?
That corner seems to face, doesn't it?
Yeah, what's happening back here?
You see anything in?
Are you back in here? Hanging out? Who's that? I didn't recognize your voice over there. There's a man's voice coming through now.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you? What's your name?
Do you belong to that uniform?
Somebody's coming through really strong. Like a man. Sounds like a man. He's just like very like, I'm here.
That same spot last time.
What's your name? No. Well, yours too. The gentleman who keeps talking. What's your name? What's your name? Is it you? Is there somebody here that you want to say hi to? Can you tell me her name, please? She's wearing a pink jacket. What's her name? Roberta?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Is that short for Roberta?
Sitting at feet?
Yeah.
Thank you again for having us. Who was the gentleman that just came through over there? Very, very Said you have a brown. Sound like I said brown hat. Can you tell us this? Can you tell us this gentleman's name? Go ahead and ask him a question. Go ahead and ask a question. I think they like you a lot.
I'm a nice guy.
Huh? What's his name? It sounded like it said Harvey. Yeah. Can you, who are you? Where do we go from here? And can you, or will you? Who are you? Who are you? Who wore that? She keeps standing there. Who is this? Who is that? Who is
I
this?
said don't touch.
Is that what it said? Did it
I
say-
thought I heard don't touch.
Who is this?
Yeah.
Touch. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly. Okay, well, all right. But can you tell me then who wore this then? That was very official, whatever it was. Something years ago?
Yeah.
Okay. May I please touch this? May I please? Thank you. Huh? May I?
That's enough, was it? you heard? I
can't
heard
get
that's
to
enough.
Yeah. Just trying to prove a point. All right. Thank you. But I still don't know who this belonged to. Can you tell me?
Maple trees.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Maybe that's where we're from.
Yeah.
Is that where you're from? Is a place that has lots of maple trees?
Mm-hmm.
It's a big what?
A big one.
Are you from the south? Not south.
What can you tell me about this outfit?
Are you from California?
Didn't they? Real serious. That's why.
I don't think there's
No, I know.
You got a woman here too.
What's that?
You got a woman here too.
It got real serious. And we're gonna sit here for a second. Okay.
I thought just me.
Are you here as a spirit that is that you? Well, what's going on? How come it got so serious in here now? We respect you. Thank you for having us. We are gonna go soon.
Are you okay?
I've been around. Yeah. Yeah, we know.
Everybody heard that one.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh. Let me ask you something. Why haven't you crossed over? Why haven't you crossed over? It's what?
Eternal.
Eternal.
Oh.
Are you afraid? Do you see a light?
There's a thing there.
Is there somebody holding you from actually crossing over? Is that why we're here tonight?
Huh.
Like a burning charge.
Until it affects you physically.
I'm shaking it, so you trade me
We
spot.
feel your presence. We feel very serious. We take it very serious in here. Thank you so much. And, well, thank you. I don't want to disrupt,
We're not here to disrespect you. Do you want some help?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to take everybody out of here, okay? How's that sound? Getting a hit on that?
Yeah, great.
There's like some
People say that, but what? Is there somebody standing by that suit? If there is,
Do you think that?
do I think what?
I think they're talking to each other.
I think they're talking to each other
There's a
as well.
multitude of them.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to figure out
What to do with us?
what to do with this. Do you think they can help or
Yeah.
not? Or
Hey, what can we do for you? What can we do for you tonight, right now? You're more than welcome to come and communicate. Okay.
I think that voice we just heard is the one that's
Keeping them from... Is there somebody here that's keeping spirits here? Is there somebody here that's keeping... Hey Karen, do you know who that belonged to there? Alright, okay, good. Alright. I just don't like him. That's why I'm asking, I just don't, for some reason. Who are you?
So do you think?
What's that?
So do you think it's a
Yeah, exactly. Keep saying, do you think? Do we think what?
I think they want to know if we can help them.
What can we do? Here's what Yeah, I think there's somebody here. I think there's somebody here that's keeping certain spirits from moving on. And I feel like this is
I
it.
just got goosebumps when I pointed at that.
Yeah. What are you whoever was attached to this, are you keeping people from moving on?
Why?
Wow.
People dying.
You can cross over if you like, if you want. You don't have to stay here, although this is a very beautiful place and they take wonderful care of you, but they would rather that you move on. Okay? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay.
If you're looking
What's going on? What's going on with Mom? Okay. We're gonna go now. We're gonna go to the other part of the museum. Is that cool? I mean, it's interesting because we all started in here and it felt very kind of light. Now it's just kind of like
sticky.
Yeah, like heavy and kind of like. All right.
Ask him, could you bring in some other military to help you out in here?
Hands are sweaty. I'm gonna play that one part back.
Did you hear what she said?
Stop this part.
Yeah.
I just heard F you. Did anybody else hear that?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
Okay, that's exactly what it said. It told me to F off. And I'm not the only one that heard that. Who told me that? Who told me to F off? Who are you? Who's that voice? You don't belong here. At this museum. You don't belong here. Whoever that is, whoever is not making...
He clicked. Somebody's grandson. What?
Listen, we're here out of respect, so thank you for having us, okay? But if there's somebody here that's holding other spirits from moving on, that's not cool. And whoever told me to F off, that's not cool.
Barney?
Hmm? Was there a fight? Well, then show us. Show us. I know when I first...
Really great help.
Really great help?
Really grateful.
Is that what it said? Help?
He said help. That's really grateful.
Grateful. Listen, we're grateful too. And I remember when I first came here, you flickered one of these lights. Can you do that? What do you do to let people know that you're here? That would have been cool.
Except that's a motion light.
All right. I tell you what. We're going to move on from this room. Thank you. Don't be telling anybody to... Huh? Who did that belong to? Was he a nice man?
No.
And they wanted.
They wanted what? Okay. That's notes. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get out of this little toasty room, and we're gonna move to another toasty room across the way, and we're gonna move over to where they have the Northern State exhibit.
You can make room like back there. Right there.
I think there's more room in the back.
Yeah, don't lean on anything. You don't know how sturdy he is.
They're saying they're just numbers and they're
All right.
Our next door neighbor was a psychiatrist.
Yeah, I shouldn't be saying that in the dark. I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah. Huh?
I'm gonna run.
It was Hildegard, and I can't remember her last name, sadly.
I'm hoping that's all it
She's
is.
passed away, but she was German. I just don't remember her last name.
He's moving.
I was looking to see if it would show up here, but she was there from the 60s until it closed.
He has seen my
Oh.
And she has also seen mine where.
It was her, she was
Less than a second
Hildegard.
after
I just can't.
It's demise.
Oh, no.
I just can't think of it. Everybody just, said Hildegard this and Hildegard that, And she had been a prisoner in Nazi,
Okay. All right. Everyone's back here. Everyone's found a nice little cozy haunted spot. Okay, so yes, there are these lights here, and ideally, what we're hoping for is that's a fake church. Okay, good. Just making sure. Ideally, is we hope that spirits will actually run through them or dart across, and you'll actually be able to see them. So, here I'm just going to turn this on while I talk about it because I want them to talk about it too. So this is the Northern State room. For me, it always feels much more heavier back in here. Much more solemn. Hi, thank you so much for having us back. Do you remember my name? It's Chad. What can you tell us about this room? About you? Were you a patient? Maybe you worked there? Maybe you still live there. Maybe you came with one of these devices.
That stethoscope was just moving.
What's that?
The stethoscope was just moving.
Did it?
It is. It's still moving.
Still moving.
Can you move that stethoscope right there?
I don't know.
Is that you moving it, or did we bump it? It's okay. You come forward and say hi. I know back here it's always a little bit quieter, and that's all right. It's a little bit more serious, right? What can you tell us about yourself? I have a name for you. Is it Doherty? What's the doctor's name? Is there a doctor in the house? Is there a doctor here?
Did you see a blue light?
That was my camera.
Oh, okay.
I tell you what. How do you let people? Who's that? Who's that? Who are you? Who was that voice? Here's what I want you to do. You tell them, I'm going to go out here and ask questions. You tell them. What? Did they say Okay. Well,
Where'd you come from?
what is the name of this museum?
Wow, they both said the same thing.
What? Did somebody bump this wall? Did somebody?
I think no. The couch?
I heard
I
that.
didn't. Did
No
it?
one
No,
bumped
This
this here
went
just
crazy.
went back down.
Yep.
Because no one moved it,
Oh, I
right?
thought someone bumped it.
That's what I was asking.
That's why, almost like it was picked up and
Did you hear it?
go back.
I did.
Yeah.
And
No
that,
one,
yeah.
no one bumped it?
Maybe.
Yeah, it was just like, yeah.
Can you do that again? Okay, so everybody will stand absolutely still.
Yeah.
Did you move that? How do you let people know that you're here? And look, we're here to have a good time and communicate and pay our respects. But if you want to have a little fun with us, you're more than welcome to. And by fun, I mean move something on the wall. Shift something like you just did. We're just silly alive people that don't know any better. And you know something far more infinite than we do.
I saw some boy go through you. What? I saw some boy.
Really? You said he felt something.
What did you see?
I saw a blue orb in the lens.
He said he felt something right
Right
after.
here?
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Hey, whose chair is this? Dr. Harold.
Doctor's weak or.
Doctor what? Hello.
Sorry.
How many spirits are in this room with us?
I
I heard 4,000.
And
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. 4,000, or is that, because I was also thinking in my mind, how many spirits are actually still at Northern State?
Interesting.
Yeah. I know. So, are you answering that question? Are there like 4,000 spirits up there? Still? They're just sitting there, aren't they?
Why can't you leave?
A lot of what?
What's moving behind you? There's something on that right moving right behind you. That little water bottle.
Oh, I'm totally
Oh, I was like,
Do you live here at the museum? Do you live back in here? You know, you can leave. You can cross over if you like.
Boy, what was that?
Who's this? Who wore this? Where are you standing at? Let us know. Show us. Show us where you're at in the room. Physically. By just knocking on something, clanking on something. Don't break anything or else Carolyn's going to have words with me. Much more quieter back here. And that's all right. We respect you. We're here to learn your story, to hear about you. Were you a patient there at Northern State? Were you a nurse? Were you a caretaker? A caretaker? What's up with this doorway? Huh? What's up with this? What's up with this room? What's going on? Tell us what's happening. Show us what's happening.
Were you a psychiatrist at Northern State? The first name Hildegard?
Are there children here? Kids?
I forgot.
Yeah. You forgot. What did you forget?
No, to make kids, you forget.
Hildegard had Alzheimer's. Hildegard had Alzheimer's.
Oh, that's interesting.
That could be
That's interesting, yeah. Hildegard?
Yeah.
This is a doctor.
Yeah, she was a psychiatrist.
I forgot.
And then maybe that was her saying, I forgot.
Is there a psychiatrist there? What was the name? It's a girl?
Yeah. I just forgot.
Hildegard? Dr. Doherty? Elizabeth Tingley?
Oh my God.
What'd you hear?
Hi, baby, or something like that.
Elizabeth Tingley? What about this coffin here? What can you tell me about that? Is there somebody attached to this? Huh? Hey, again, thank you for having us, sincerely.
Ask about the Martha.
Whose was this? What's the name? M.H.
Sounds like the devil.
Is that what it said?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Who are you? Who's that dark voice? You're not welcome here either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same one for the other room?
Huh?
Same one for the other room?
Special keyword.
Different. Mom, what time is it?
Yeah,
It's like
or
keyword.
special keyword, one or the
I
other.
heard keyword.
Yeah.
What else can you tell us about this room? Why was that voice over here? You tell me.
Saw something go right past me.
What?
Did you see it?
No.
What'd you say?
I just saw something like
Dark in
something
front of you?
black go.
Like what it looked like? Like a.
I didn't. It was sort of just like
You just had an orb through yours.
just.
Did I?
Huh? It was just like a square or something.
Yeah, I've been seeing them.
Just
What?
went.
On one of it's dust.
No,
Yeah.
orbs.
It was.
Are you? I
I
thought
get
that's
orbs all the
fine.
time.
If-
What did she see?
It was fairly large. It went so fast I couldn't really.
What did you see? What did she see?
Yeah, it was like a shadow person.
I wonder if he caught it on camera.
Okay, let's go
It
ahead.
startled me.
Black.
I didn't. I think those are fairies. It's like bringing
Almost took my breath.